So on this next fight, we got Aoriqileng versus Jeff Molina. Aoriqileng coming out of China, 18-6 record. Guy stands 5'7". He looks like he's dropping down some weight here. They're going down to 125. Jeff Molina, 23 years old, 125, 5'6". And so he's only an inch shorter, but we'll see how... That's Tapology. We'll see how that looks when actually they weigh in. So keep an eye on that. Aoriqileng, it's pretty much a finisher, man. He comes out, he goes for it. Fights very long, tall, a little bit wild at times, but it pays off for him. He keeps on hitting things. He's got multiple finishes. He's even got finishes from bottom. The guy can pretty much do it all. Lost to Carcar of France earlier in his career. That's not a bad loss to have. It's probably his highest competition that he's faced up until this time. He's on a 6-fight winning streak. Pretty much putting it together. Probably, what are we looking at? In the last 11 fights, only one loss. So the guy's been doing it, man. Young guy coming out of China from the combine thing they had going on there. So somebody definitely to look out for. Let's see what the odds are on Pick'em. So yeah, the bookies are looking like it's gonna be a even fight. I definitely like him. Mark, what do you think about Molina coming in this one?
Well, yeah, he's gonna be going up against El Jefe, Jeff Molina, 8-2, just starting off, coming off a win from Dana White's Contender Series back in December against Jacob Silva. It was a tough fight, fighting out of Glory MMA, so he is coming out of a good camp. Really young, 23 years old. As far as the finishes go, I mean, he's finished 7 of his 8 wins. 2 knockouts, 5 submissions, 1 decision. He's on a 7-fight win streak. For a young 23-year-old fighter, he's really calm in the cage. Got a lot of movement. He loves to keep it standing and striking. He does throw a lot of elbows from the feet, which is something I noticed in tape. One thing I did notice as well is he does get taken down a lot. Not the best takedown defense, but for only 23-year-old, he does have a lot of room to grow. But Aoriqileng, the guy, again, like you mentioned, he has a lot of fights for being a young man, just much like a lot of these fighters coming out of China. 18 wins, but 11 of those was decision wins. He did get the 6 knockouts, just when they're devastating. 1 submission. He does have quick hands, a lot of speed, but not a ton of power, it seems like, in those hands. He does have a ton of output, good pressure. He does stay on his opponents, a grinder, and he does get but he does get a lot of those decision wins. This is going to be a tough fight. It's both new blood, but I agree with you, man. I'm going to have to lead towards Aoriqileng in this one as well. As far as notable names, neither have much on their record as far as big names. You mentioned Carcar of France, which was a big loss in 2017 by decision. He didn't stop him, and France is no slouch. So it's going to be a tough fight. Like I said, it is about a pick 'em. It could go either way, but I am slightly leaning towards Aoriqileng as well.
One thing I'm gonna really have to keep an eye out though is this fight, man. These guys don't fight out of sight of China too often. I don't believe he's ever fought out of sight of China. So with that being said, and also Liang Na, in an interview with her saying that she's had some bad issues with that in her last fight, who knows? Aoriqileng can maybe have some of those issues. Maybe he comes in overweight, and maybe that's something we could take advantage of by seeing that. Maybe go ahead and pick Jeff Molina. As of right now, I would say the under would probably be a safe bet on this one.
And that's plus money. That's plus 205 for under 2.5. Which, like I said, Long is he does get those crazy finishes at times. Both of them like to go for the finish, so I definitely think that is a good choice as well.
Yeah, Molina's a killer, man. He like Mark said, he only has one loss. One decision on his whole record. Split decision loss, also, but that's neither here nor there. When the man comes and wins, he's coming to finish. One thing I did hear Aoriqileng say as well is that he's been thinking about his fight IQ over there in the China Combine. So that's one thing he's been trying to make an adjustment on with his coaches, his new coaches over there, that the UFC's put up for him. So that's something to keep an eye out. Previously, he was just, he would go in there and just wing them with no regard. So now maybe he's a little bit patient. Maybe we see a new little fold in his technique, and he can come out there and stop Molina. It's going to be a hard one. I wouldn't put my money on him. I would put my money on the under.
He also does have one of the nastiest flying knee knockouts that I've seen. It's funny. There's two of the guys with two of the nastiest knockouts on the same card. With Jorge Masvidal in the main event.
Yeah, it was perfectly timed.
It was beautiful.
It was nasty. If you want to see it, go look it up on YouTube. Aoriqileng KO, man, it was beautiful.
All right, so looks like we're both kind of leaning towards long here. Gonna be tough. You got that under 2.5 at a plus 205 on my bookie. So yeah, give it a shot, man. That's worth going straight on.